Today I'm going to show you how to randomize your Galaxy save using the Ultimate Galaxy Randomizer. The software we'll need for this is Karameru and the randomizer itself. Links to all the software will be in the description below and all the files that will be necessary for this tutorial. Additionally, you can go to the L5 Victory Tools Discord server. Inside their server they have an IE randomizer channel. This channel has some frequently asked questions about the randomizer itself, and it also has a mega link folder. This takes you to this mega folder here. Inside that is a readme.txt. You want to download that readme file. Once it's downloaded, you should open it, and this is your compendium of steps, I would say. It gives you a disclaimer and all the good information you need to know about this randomizer, and it even gives you steps on how to install it for Citra Desktop, Android, and even the 3DS. So if you have a 3DS or are on Android, I would highly recommend that you download this readme.txt so you know your steps going forward. I will be covering the desktop's Citra version in this tutorial, but again, the Citra, Android, and the 3DS hacked steps are in this document, so it's very important that you download this readme.txt if you are on either of those platforms. To go ahead and start, what I'm going to do is make a new folder, and we're going to call this extracted files. Make sure it's spelled properly. And inside this extracted files folder is where our files will be located. So what we're going to do now, open up our Citra and make sure we dump ROMFS. Once your file has dumped successfully, we're just going to drag the two IE6_A and _B files inside of our newly made folder. Okay, inside this new folder here, we're going to open up IE6_A. If you don't use Karameru often, what you can, and you won't have the shortcut already made, what you can do is right click IE6_A or any FA file, go to open with. This should prompt how would you want to open this file. What you would want to do is look for Karameru. Obviously mine is here, but it won't be there for you. So what you'll have to do is scroll through this list. If it's not on this list, you click look for another app on this PC, and that's where you would locate your Karameru. Typically, you would put your Karameru on your desktop or somewhere safe. So just locate that folder, then click Karameru, and make sure this box is ticked to always open .fa files. Once you do that, it will refresh the whole thing and your Karameru will open with ease. You can do that with everything that Karameru opens, so the .xcs and all that good stuff. You can just create a little shortcut. It's nice and convenient when you're editing files. So inside Karameru now, we're in our directory tree. We're going to right click on IE6_A and then extract. We're going to make sure we select extracted files and click OK. This will take a while because it's extracting the whole contents of the folder. As you can see here, it may even go to not responding. That's fine. Depending on your system, everything's going to be fine at the moment, so don't you worry. And that's IE6_A successfully extracted. Good stuff. Now we want to close off that. Open up IE6_B. And we'll do the same again in the directory tree here. We'll right click IE6_B and extract. Make sure extracted files is selected. Click OK. Once your IE6_B has extracted successfully, we can close out of this. And now we're not ready just yet. We still need to do a few more things inside these two folders before we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is open up your IE6_B folder inside data, go into image, and there's going to be a little file called mini.xb. We're going to open that with Karameru. Same process again. If you're not used to having Karameru open things, just to make sure, again, go to open with and find Karameru and all that process. Just go for that. Then inside mini.xb, we're going to extract that inside image. You can see it's appeared there. It's good stuff. And it's extracted successfully. Good stuff. We can close out actually. Don't close out of mini.xp just yet. What we want to do is go to Tools, Compression, Level 5, Decompress. Then inside of, this is not the right folder, inside of extracted files, inside i6_a, we want to decompress the gds_pack file. Click Open. Inside the right folder, make sure the decomp pack is saved inside the same folder. Click Save. It's successfully decompressed. We can close out of that now. Back out into the main folder here. Inside of i6_a now, you'll see that the decomp pack is in. I want to click that to open. And right click, extract. Inside i6_a, click OK. Extracting successfully. Okay, this has successfully made our files. We're good to go on that front. We're now ready to use the randomizer. One quick tip, and it's a very, very important quick tip, is you must back up your files. You can't expect to... Oh, there's an empty folder. What? Okay, just make sure. Always back up your files. It's a very, very important step. Even the readme.txt file goes on and it stresses how creating backups is so important. It is very important to just back up your raw files, just so that if in some case or scenario where your randomizer doesn't work, you do have backups to do it, and you don't need to do this whole process all over again. What I will provide for everyone in the description below is I will have guaranteed working files ready to go, unedited, just for you to use. I'll have a good amount of them, so you've got a good plethora of backups to work with. I'll say about 6 or 7 files, all in a zip folder on my Google Drive. It'll be in the description below. I highly recommend, if you are not confident in extracting files or something isn't going well with your files, you download my zip pack, and I will guarantee it will work for you. So we're all good in that end. Always make sure you back up your files beforehand. Very, very important. I already have plenty of backups already on my drives, so I'm not going to back up these files. Well, maybe I will actually do it. That's a shortcut actually. Oops. Just a simpler copy and paste. It'll do this process. This is the longest process. Okay, now that we've made our copy file, all we need to do is a process of just renaming it to a just backup. So you know it's a backup for your files, and put it somewhere safe. Now we are ready to start randomizing our game. Now, to get the randomizer, all it's a case of going to my description and opening up the GitHub link. This will link you to this page here. Alternatively, we can go into the README file, and inside here is the randomizer link, conveniently placed in the step 1 section. If you don't fancy going into the description for whatever reason. So once we're in this page, we can jump into the releases over here and just click on Ultimate Galaxy Randomizer.exe. It'll come up here saying, yeah, it's all good. Place, I've already done it, as you can see here. So just click save on that. It'll download pretty quickly, and you can move it to wherever you fancy. Now that you've got your randomizer ready and prepped, now it's all a case of is clicking to open. Now, I have had experience with this already, so when your very first time launching this program, it will come up with a virus warning or are you sure you want to run this on your PC warning. This is covered in the README file, and I trust it with all of my faith and wisdom. I don't know where it is. I think it's on step 3. If your antivirus blocks this application, just authorize it. It's false. It's just a safety precaution, like an overprotective father will say. It's not a virus at all. It's completely fine and clean. I've had this program, as you've seen when I went to download it. I've had this program from last week, and my PC is completely fine. There's no issues with it whatsoever. So it's a completely clean program, and you will be safe to open it. So don't worry on that regard if you are worried that it came up saying, oh, it could be a bit dodgy. It's completely fine. So, once you've got your randomizer open, just click the open tab up here, navigate to your extracted files, click OK, and everything should boot up as planned. If you have an error saying unrecognized game file, then you haven't done your process of extracting your files properly. All it's a case of is either find what is wrong with your extracted files or download my pack in the description, and it will give you a guaranteed correct read. So now all you need to do is just click on the stuff you like to randomize. I will give my recommendations. Do not change the body. I have experienced a lot of weird shenanigans with changing the bodies. The heads don't move. What's interesting to note about Galaxy is when you change like a body type, say if you want a normal character to be tall, their head won't move. So what will happen is the body moves, but the head doesn't. So the head is just lodged into the chest of the tall character. And it's just this amalgamation of just weird shenanigans. If that sounds like your thing, then by all means, randomize body. But personally, would leave it unchanged. Style, that's celebration style. Element, self-explanatory what that element is. I personally would avoid using the void option. I have had countless of errors on this program by ticking void, so I have avoided it like the plague from now on. And his stats, and just again, all this is just self-explanatory. Maybe not the invoker user. What the invoker user is a percentage chance of a player knowing or having the ability to use your fighting spirit, totem, or none. So there's a 50% chance they'll have nothing, there's a 40% chance they'll have a spirit, and there's a 10% chance they'll have a totem. You can change that however you want. The program is smart enough to detect when, because all this adds up to 100%, right? The program is smart enough to detect when it goes over 100, so it'll auto-adjust to make it to 100 by either sacrificing from none or fighting spirit, or I'm pretty certain it's none, or it's always none that it sacrifices for some reason. But it'll auto-detect when it's over 100 and it'll bring it back down. So it's nice and smart like that. I quite like that. So if you want to change anything in these fields, then by all means go for it. Same applies with the armified variable. It's just a percentage chance of if they are able to learn it or not. This is the meat and potatoes of the whole randomizer, the swap player. This is the actual randomizer itself. For safety reasons, I would tick all three boxes to give yourself the best experience for a randomizer possible. And yeah, we're done on our player side of things. Now we can do the teams. We can randomize everything here. Again, everything's self-explanatory. The modifiers I do not touch at all. I have had multiple errors as well, but I'm pretty certain it's just from a program point of view rather than an option point of view. But I have had very bad luck when changing these modifiers, so I don't touch them at all. But if it does sound like something that interests you, like you can modify the amount of prestige you get by 10%. Then by all means go for it. Personally would stay away from it. The timer, the freedom, and the miscellaneous here, I also do not touch at all. You can change the timer on matches and mini battles to whatever you fancy. If you want longer mini matches, you can type them in. If you want longer matches, by all means just go set and just change the variable to whatever you want. Personally not a fan of. So avoid that. Freedom, you can change to have to play against teams that have like custom freedom put into them. So say we go against Fire Dragon, right? They're level 10 or something along those lines, and they don't have any freedom points assigned to them. That's a normal base game, right? So you can change that by going to set here and having their multiplicator to ×2, we'll say. So Fire Dragon now has like the competition route level 99-esque of freedom points assigned to them to make them harder going forward, and you can do that to all the teams. in the game, which is quite interesting to think about. You can put like post-game team multiplicators on like story mode teams. It's quite an interesting little mechanic. I don't want to touch it though because I've had a few errors. Again, I've been like testing everything, and I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what's been erroring, but I think it's just files. To be honest with you, it's a whole shenanigans. But miscellaneous, you can pretty self-explanatory for what these three are. If you fancy having the max difficulty along with the modifier, could go for a very interesting challenge run of the game. But yeah, that's what the teams tab is. Moving on to the moves. Again, all of these will be self-explanatory. My personal opinion here, do not change element for moves. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but Galaxy won't let you know what element your move is unless you go into like the move section of the game and check it yourself, because the files that the moves use are like image files. So say fire tornado, fire move, right? It gets, if you go to random, it changes to earth move. It will still come up saying that there's a fire move for both the little text and the big text. It only doesn't tell you that it's a fire move when you jump into like the move section, and it tells you that the little icon is now changed from fire to earth. That is the only way that I would that it changes. I don't like that because it gives you're looking at it's saying fire and it's giving you earth like properties. It's just a mess of like everything. So I avoid doing that. Same with the spirits and the totems. I just leave the elements unchanged, but everything else is fair game, in my opinion. So everything in here is fine. The no miss means that you don't when you're doing the roulette for a strike or a move for your totem, you no longer have that stupid so you can now have a skill set for all of them, and you can even have a no duplicate thing, so you don't have 5 level 1 dribble ups or something like that. I like that chaos. I like the sound of that very much, so I'll leave that off. And again, all these self-explanatory. This might need a little bit of explaining. This removes the requirements for recruitments. So instead of having to go and grab 4 photos, 5 topics, and about 17 million different items to recruit players, what you now need to do is nothing. It removes that entirely, which is always it was just amazing. So once you're happy with your settings, what I like to do is wait about 3 to 4 seconds, maybe even longer the better. The reason because is I think this is what I've narrowed it down to. This is probably not the reason at all. Is I've clicked through these options so quickly that it's overloaded the randomizer and it can't randomize properly. That's what I think, because I have went through that so quickly and it's just, it can't really keep up with it. That's what I think personally. That's what I've narrowed it down to, and it doesn't work because of it. So if you wait till it loads everything and then click randomize, you should be fine. It's more of like a luck based thing rather than a thing like fingers crossed it works kind of thing. That's what I've narrowed it down to, and it usually works. Don't worry if it says not responding. That's due to the swap players feature. It tells you in the and it says done there, so it's done it successfully. Good stuff. It says in the readme text that when you're randomizing that where is it here? The random process takes about 1 minute without player swap and 2 to 3 minutes with player swap. If the application still hasn't finished within 3 to 4 minutes, close it and then contact the maker on Discord. If you join the L5 Victory Tools Discord, link in the description to join the Discord server, of course. You you just contact inside Inazuma General, just say, listen, I'm having problems, the randomizer isn't loading, that kind of thing, and you will get your you'll get some very, very helpful support. Yeah, so that's all good. So now that we've done our randomize, we can't just throw in our files into the mod and expect it to work. That won't happen. So what we're going to do is jump into i6_b inside data, go back to image, and remember the mini file that we extracted. We're now going to replace it this time. So make sure that the correct file, so it's many there, that's fine. So replace that and it'll replace all the files inside here. That's fine. Control S to save, or the save button up here, whatever you fancy. Once it's saved, we will close out of this. So that's saved successfully, that's nice. We can come out of this completely, go into i6_a, and see this GDS pack here? We want to delete that. We don't want that. It's very nasty, we don't like it. Now, one thing I will mention is that I am someone who likes having the undub like names and things like that. This is your opportunity to edit anything like name-wise inside this randomizer. If you don't know what I'm referring to, there's a whole tutorials on this channel already covering changing the names, the stats, and all that good stuff. We go through the GDS pack a lot through that. So if you've watched them and you're familiar with changing the names and whatnot, if you don't like using like the normal names, or if you want to go back to the Japanese version, then there is this is your opportunity to do so, to replace the text files here. So with that out of the way, we jump into GTS pack decomp and then replace. We click OK. 23 files have been replaced. Control S to save, or the save button here. We go to tools now, compression, level 5, compress, LZ10. Follow this little line here, click on that, and we'll click on the GDS pack decomp, click open. Now, I don't know if this will happen. This didn't happen for me when I first done this, but this is a different PC I'm doing this on. It will when you're saving your compressed file, it will just say GDS pack. You want to, I can't stress enough, you want to make sure it's pressed. You do the .pck to make sure it solidifies the fact that it is a PTK file. Click save, and you'll see it pop up there. Give it a trial, and it's been successfully decompressed, or no, it's been successfully compressed. Do apologize. So we want to take our file here, and we want to press Control C on our keyboard, or right click, copy. Come out of i6_a, inside i6_b folder, click Control V, replace file. Additionally, you can also go right click, paste, same process there, replace file. And that is us. Now we can click open i6_a, click on the directory tree, replace, make sure the folder is selected, click OK. Okay, 4,000 files replaced successfully. Control S to save, or up and there you press save. Everything's good there. We can close out of that. Inside the i6_b file now, this is the real pain in the hole. Inside our folder here, we click replace. Now inside, make sure it's the same file again, click OK. This will be the longest process that you'll go through. Not this problem. For 40,000 files is done that, and we Control S to save. And as you can see, that's what's nice. Always nice to know is if you've got your extracted files open, you can keep tabs on the bits here. Bytes. That will slowly come up as it's saving. Don't worry about it not responding. It's still saving. So it will take its sweet time, and you can just you can monitor it. Oh, it's away. That's not meant to go away. Oh no. Ah, it's all worked out in the end. If it goes away, that means it's finished saving. So that's all good. Once it's definitely saved, definitely saved. Love to see it. So that's us done. All we need to do now is back open on our Citra, right click, open mods, and inside our mods, if you've never done any modding before, you won't have this folder. Just simply make a new folder, call it ROMFS, exactly how it's spelt here, and let's just files. Don't worry about the spelling. We don't need to worry about the spelling. Just inside the ROMFS and inside this folder, just drag and drop your new i6_a and b's. This will, once it's moved successfully, we can check our progress inside the game now. So let's check how the randomizer looks in game. So this will load up with the characters are fictional and all the rest of it. Little opening scene. These two characters are the same, do not worry, NPCs do not get randomized, it's only the players that get randomized. And as you can see, we have new players. Oh, he's not changed. That's fine. It's just how it be. So as you can see, the names have changed and the faces have changed. So this is looking pretty good right now. So what we'll do is, to verify everything has changed, we'll jump into our menu, Terra 8, we're a goalkeeper, love to see it. Inside here, we have Illusion Ball. Our stats are looking pretty different. Surprising, yeah, that's Torb's description. We're a fire element. Everything looks to be swapped. The boot stats are looking pretty tasty for early game stats. The move, we actually don't have any auras, which is quite interesting. We don't actually have it. Really interesting. Illusion Ball is now, I don't know the stats of Illusion Ball, but as you can see, if we were to change Illusion Ball's element, we would have to check it here. So that is it, because we didn't toggle that on, it's just still wood, which is always handy. It's now a foul rate of 3. That's fun. So that has changed. I think everything else is good. I can't check a spirit obviously, but yeah, that was going to wrap up this video, so hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video. If you have any issues with the randomizer, then join the support Discord in the description below. Additionally, you can join my Discord server, so feel free to join that if you fancy. Subscribe if you thought this was helpful, and with that all said, I do have an announcement actually. This Saturday the 7th of January, I am doing a live stream of my hardcore randomized Nuzlocke on Galaxy. So I can't wait to see anyone who would like to drop by there. It will be 4 PM British Standard Time, so whatever that equates to your time. Feel free to drop by and just give us a little hello, or if you've got any questions about the randomizer or any other tutorials or whatever not, you can come by and drop your questions there, or just hang out in general. So yeah, it'll be a fun time hopefully. So I'll maybe see some of you Saturday. But with that said, I think we're good to end things here, and yeah, I'm off.